Holder of Adversary. In any city, in any country, venture across the highways and lonely roads of the slums, or the bad part of town. Should you come across a scruffy man holding a bottle of liquor in a paper bag, his sweaty shirt stained and his pants muddled, do not be afraid to ask him if he knows of the one who calls himself the holder of the adversary. More than likely, he will smile knowingly at you, like an old friend with whom you've just shared an inside joke. Do not be alarmed. The man knows of the one you search for. The less fortunate of us sometimes seem to know these things. He will guide you to a manhole and casually slide the metal lid off with one grimy boot, tossing you a small flashlight which flickers precariously. He will urge you down into the darkness. Once inside the depths of the sewage system, you will come to realize that it bears no unpleasant scent. No scent whatever, in fact. But turning on the flashlight and gazing at your surroundings, you will realize you are in a round room. On all the walls hang partially decomposed bodies, their owners forever suspended in a state of half-awareness, feeling all the pain and horror of being trapped inside these corpses. Corpses litter the floor, and you notice that one nearly touches you. You want to shrink away, but all at once the smell arrives. It is the most awful thing you could have imagined. Human and animal excrement, sulfur, rotting bodies, burning flesh. You are momentarily paralyzed by the horror of it. And when you recover, you do your best to will yourself not to throw up. A thought appears in your head. We are the remains of the ones who could not face the adversary. You gulp, fearful, and stare around you, searching for the source of the voice. But suddenly the bodies begin to explode, one by one, releasing more of the horrible scent and bathing you in bodily fluids and chunkier things you'd rather not know the names of. The corpses sink onto the floor, and what rises out of the slimy mess is a creature of pure beauty. Whether man or woman, it depends on yourself. You cannot shake your gaze from this gorgeous, naked human until you realize this is a portrayal of you, the best you that you could be, confident, smiling, and a gentle, patient smile. They have everything you could ever wish yourself to become. You are overcome by a sudden jealousy, a total anger, a need to destroy the perfect you. Do not do it. If you do, you are doomed to the adversary's wrath, the eternal torment of the damned you have witnessed prior. Only one question comes to mind to ask the exquisite creature. What could they destroy? The holder of the adversary chuckles melodically, condescendingly, and explains to you as though you are a small child exactly the answer to your question. It spares no details, even the most horrific. Strangely, however, the story is interesting and calming to listen to, and you find yourself absorbed in a childlike fascination with the holder. You liken the holder's story to one told to you by a loved one or a guide when you were a child. And you know that you now have the key to defeating the adversary, that which the damned could not acquire. What will you do now, my child? The holder asks you, smiling pleasantly, as it places the object in your palm and closes your hand around it. You mustn't open your hand until you are free of this place, says the holder, as a fitting goodbye. Once having escaped from the sewer, you open your fingers, which feel strangely stiff. You hear the echo of the perfect you's laughter swim around you as you look at the object in your hand. It is a green plastic army man toy. The object is the 14th out of 538. It understands how to defeat your greatest enemy, and must never be allowed to join the rest. Holder of Agony. In any city, in any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house, and you can get yourself to. When you reach the front desk, ask to visit something which calls itself the holder of agony. The person behind the counter's eyes will widen in surprise, as if they didn't understand why they recognized the name. They'll sputter for a moment, but their facial expressions will soon change to a drawn, furrowed, pensive scowl. They will shudder, turn away, and refuse. You must ask again, and continue asking in a calm, soft voice, even if they weep or scream. Eventually the life will leave their eyes, and they will lead you, with a shuffling gait, to a room with no apparent number just down the hall. The worker will open the door for you, as you walk past to enter the dark room. They will land a sharp kick on the small of your back, hurtling you into the room. Whatever you do, do not stop or turn around while passing the worker. Please just trust me on that. The room will smell simultaneously of alcohol, sanitary wipes, and the metallic tang of blood. You won't be able to see much until the same door you entered through opens, and the gray light from without illuminates a lanky, cloaked figure entering the room. When the door shuts, it will be darker than before. Immediately, you will feel the cloaked figure press itself against your body. Its bony limbs will jab your ribs and stomach as it says, "I know you." Its voice will reverberate through your entire body, and you will feel every type of discomfort. Like you're being watched, being molested, like your foot fell asleep, like you're dizzy, nauseous, impatient. Stand perfectly still. Make no sound except to ask, "Why are they in pain?" It will reply in its gut-wrenching hiss, "I will hold you here for all time, and every night I will mutilate you, rape you, and murder you." You will have no time to brace yourself or think, and especially no time to move, before you feel a wicked, jagged blade thrust into your abdomen and come out the other side. You will feel its rough surface grating against your organs. Do not move, do not speak, do not scream. The voice will continue. "I will murder everything you love, and make them see your face as their killer. I will ruin everything you find beautiful. I will twist your mind until you are grotesque and perverted as the rest of us." It will not stop, even as fiery, acidic pain lances through your nerves from the blade in your gut. The pain will stop your breath and perhaps your heart, but you must remain perfectly still. More of the blades will pierce your body, in soft places, in impossible places, and the voice will continue hissing its deadly vows. Its baroque tortures will become so creatively inhuman and meticulously soulless that you will be in danger of losing your mind. Stillness is your only defense. If you move the blades, growing in number from 1 to 5 to 30 to 100 or 1,000, if only you had a chance of counting, will tear away in every direction, forcing every chunk of your flesh and nerves to stay conscious and aware as they are rent apart again and again forever. Stay still, even as your entire body is racked with agony that couldn't possibly exist. You'd be wishing for a reprieve of snake bites on your eyes and razor blades in your nerves. You must listen to the voice carefully, for eventually it will say one of two things. If it says, "This glory is reserved for those who have proven themselves," then I can offer only my condolences. Your eternal suffering will be so insanely horrible that anyone on earth who has seen your face or heard your name will have nightmares of your agony even after they have passed on the afterlife in heaven or hell. Your soul will be a wasted husk. If it says, "Your whole existence of forever is untouched by this agony," you must reply, quickly and confidently, "The agony fills us all until they have stopped hurting." For every second it takes to muster your reply, through the haze of unbelievable pain you will suffer from another unique and unerring agony for the rest of your life. If you cannot speak, you will never know another moment without torture. And each day you will consider the prior day's pain to be a tickle of a feather. If you reply correctly, everything will stop, the pain and the hissing, and you will feel the figure, once pressed against you, crumbling into nothingness. Lift the cloak, and you will find a leather pouch. Open it only if you want to know what it would be like for the world to be torn asunder by a plague that even hell couldn't condone. This tortured dust is object 65 of 538. Don't run, or you'll never know.